up, everybody? It's Broken Bones here, and welcome back to another episode here on the KRU5TYKRAFT server. Today is episode 37, and today we're going to be working on the World Eater, as well as a couple other side projects. This thing is going to take around 300 hours of runtime in order to go ahead and complete the demolition of this whole area, and to eat up the entire world here. And we're going to have to do some side projects while that's going on. So first things first is we need to actually lower this thing down. When we built it, I built it 10 layers above, 10 blocks above the highest block, which means that I had some room for error in case I had something not working. But in last episode, we got the entire top half all working, so that's all 100%. And in between episodes, I was able to go ahead and get the bottom half 100% as well. So everything is ready to go. All we need to do is run it. Now, we need to get down those 10 blocks, so let's go ahead and head on over here. We're going to need to go ahead and place in a redstone block down here at the end. So 10 blocks down, we're going to need to go ahead and place in a redstone block just like this to keep that piston extended when the one that's supposed to be in the circuit gets retracted. So this is not really part of the circuit. This is what we use to turn it off, because as you can see, once we take that off, it's going to go ahead and set the whole machine in motion. So I've already prepared that down here. Let's go ahead and hum on down, and we'll go ahead and place a redstone block right there. And again, we're placing that redstone block there so this machine doesn't go down below 10 blocks. We don't want it to go any further than that because that's about the height of our platform over there. So we don't want to go ahead and go down too far because I want to get all that on video in a time lapse. Now, today's time lapse is going to be ultra hard to do because of how long this thing's going to take. It's going to take around about 300 hours for this machine to reach bedrock and about 20 hours for it to reach that redstone block. So we got some time in between now and it reaches that redstone block so we can do some other projects on the side while we're waiting. But the goal for today's episode is to go ahead and get a time lapse of this machine blowing up the entire surface area of this whole perimeter right here. And that's going to be pretty epic. I think it's going to be very difficult to do because of how long this is going to take. But once we go ahead and get the surface all blown up to where we basically have a flat area, because this thing basically keeps the entire area flat. It goes down by one layer every time. And once we do that, then I'll be doing a first-person time-lapse where I walk behind the TNT, get all the explosions happening, and I think that's a really good angle from the past when we were doing some of this down here. I really enjoyed watching the TNT fall with the music to it in the time-lapse, so I think we'll go ahead and do some of that. But yeah, today's time-lapse is going to be rather difficult. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this party started. Let's go ahead and get that going. Should have everything going all the way down the line. We should see a flying machine pop out of the very first module over there, which looks like... Did anything happen? Something had to happen. Oh my gosh, I put this redstone block there to stop this machine from going off, because with how touchy this thing is and how big it is, I really didn't want to have any accidents. So everything happened properly. That redstone block has been pulled out of the way. All we need to do is break this one, and the machine should get sent off. There we go. So one of the first little projects I want to work on today is sorting out these villagers. It's taken me about a week to go ahead and get this many villagers in here. There's only about like maybe 30 or 40 in this holding queue. I've made this thing that big so that when we go ahead and sort through them, we have plenty to sort through. But yeah, it's taken me a long time because I have to do it manually. Doing this automated would be a lot better. But of course, since these guys are already here, we're going to go ahead and sort through these guys and empty this whole thing out. Now, what we're interested in is we're interested in the librarian that sells Protection 4. That is one of the books that we don't have, and I think it's one of the only books that we don't have. Hey! A librarian! Ah, it's a cartographer. Hey, now there's a librarian. Sweet. That guy's got knockback 1. Alright, he needs to be unlocked. You know, it might be a good idea to go ahead and sort out my inventory first. Look at this. It's not Protection 4, but it's Protection 3. That's better than Protection 2, which is what we have. So I found the Protection 2 villager, which looks like he also sells Fortune 3. But if you look right next door, there's another Fortune 3 villager that sells it for 25. So that won't be a problem if we go ahead and kill this guy. I think that's the right guy. Protection 2... blast protection, Fortune 3, yeah, he's got nothing worth keeping. So for those of you who haven't seen me actually use this, our villager trading system, I've actually got a tutorial for this on how to build this exact thing, because it actually makes it very easy to get your villagers to and from wherever you want them to. So right here we have a live or die switch, so we're going to go ahead and make sure this guy lives, because we want him to go right up to where we just killed the other villager. So we're going to want to go ahead and make sure that he goes to the right, to the east wing, because that's where our librarians are. We don't want him going down that wing, so we turn that one off, but we do want him going down this wing, because this is where our protection 2 villager is. Also, too, we'll make sure none of the other lights are on. Protection 2, right here, we're going to flick that light on. That's how everything works. Let's go ahead and send this guy off. And there he goes. And there's our protection 3 villager. I've actually got a tutorial on my channel of how to build this thing, and you can find that in the Redstone in a Box playlist. Here looks like another librarian right here. No, that's a cartographer. Let's go ahead and make sure he dies. But yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and check that out, I'll try to include the link down in the description, but if I forget to do that, just go ahead and check out my playlist, Redstone in a Box. Wow, look at this. This is a new impaling villager. Impaling 5. That's got to be one of the best ones. Here's the Impaling 3 villager, which doesn't look like he's got anything else. Let's go and check out his punch 1. Impaling 3, power 2. Yeah, he's got nothing special. Alright, so let's go ahead and make sure that he lives. We got that one on. We got that switch on. Let's go ahead and make sure these switches aren't on. We need to turn that one off. There we go. Let's go ahead and make sure everything else is good. Looks like channeling, we can turn that one off. We want Impaling 3, which is going to be right here. So that's that. And off you go, little buddy. Oh no! He landed over here. Let's see, is that the... That's my guy. He's supposed to be over here in this pod. That's because I didn't select the right aisle. Alright, hopefully we can do this without too much trouble. Let's go ahead and take this out and take this out. Let's see if we can do this here. Alright, that's good so far. Let's see if we can get you out of here. You stay where you belong. There we go. Let's get you over here in your little cell. This is not how the machine's supposed to be used. But if you do make a mistake, it's obviously possible to get them where you want them. And there, that actually wasn't too bad. Here's another librarian. Check this out. He's got Unbreaking 1, which isn't particularly good, Flame 1, and Respiration 3 for 34. But we already have a Respiration 3 for 24, which is even cheaper. So, he's going to have to die too. Gosh darn it, I just decided to come back over to the World Eater, and it looks like one of our flying machines got blown up. I need to make sure that this thing is being built correctly, which that should be okay. I don't understand why that blew up, but either way, I think I know what I'm going to do to fix that. Let's see, what machine was it? It was, this is why I wanted a self-supervised system, was so that if it does that, it doesn't break. So it's the third machine, or the second machine. Second machine? Alright, let's go ahead and fix this. Alright, I believe if we go ahead and place this observer in, this flying machine will take off in that direction, which I believe... Is that what we want? I think so. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why. It looks different, but let's go ahead and see. Yeah, that's good. Okay, we did that right. Now we just gotta make sure that it goes to the return station like it's supposed to. Okay, it's approaching the return station. Let's see if it does what it's supposed to do. There's that, and it's on its way back. Good. So, I believe the reason why our flying machine blew up was because this machine is the one that activates. It's only the second one over. I believe if we were to scoot this one over just by a little bit, just by one module, it would hopefully fix that problem. So, as you can see, we got a tower coming down to our very first module. We're going to take this slime block right here and go ahead and basically rebuild this piston and observer right here onto that machine. Alright, I've gone ahead and reconstructed that whole slime block bit, and as you can see, we disconnected it from this one, which I've actually got a few more blocks to go ahead and get rid of. But now we should have a little bit more delay before our bottom flying machines take off, and hopefully that'll solve our problem. Well, we came back to the villager trader, and we got a librarian. Unfortunately, he's only got Flame 1 and Curse of Vanishing, which I'm not too happy with. And Silk Touch for 13. I think we actually have Silk Touch for 7. Talk about the 2s. Check out this villager. Fire Protection 2. We got Blast Protection 2. And Thorns 2. We don't need any of that. And one more librarian, except he's got Lure 2, Flame 1, and Knockback 1. Kind of disappointing. Now we're down to our last 2 villagers, and neither of them are something that we're looking for. So let's go ahead and take this guy away, and I doubt this guy's even going to get sent over. Watch. Nope. So now that we're done with the villagers, we've come back over here to the world leader, and it looks like it's blown up again, which really is inconvenient, and I'm not really sure why. I thought I definitely would have fixed that with the change that we made, and yeah, we didn't bring anything to do that. We gotta go back to the villager trader. Here's all my shulker boxes, and there's all my stuff. I love these fast paddles. So Missy's in party with me right now, and so is Nightbat. We've been trying to land on this flying machine, and they were wondering what I was trying to land on, and apparently the flying machine's not there. And it looks like it's actually over there. There is a flying machine that is broken, but it doesn't look like it got bombed. It looks like it's kind of stuck on that flying machine. I see the problem now. Basically, there is no send-down station on this part of the slime block. See that glazed terracotta over there? It's supposed to be down there like it is on that module, and it's way up here, and that's because there's no piston to push it down. We need to install that. Alright, so first thing, I need to send this machine off. That looks good. Next, I need a piston right there, and then we need to activate it over here. Looks like that's still not low enough. It looks like it needs to be pulled down by one more. So we're going to go ahead and place an observer right here. There we go. That looks good now. Oh, no! No! Oh my goodness, my Elytra.
Did you almost die?
I almost just died. I just jumped off without my Elytra. Man, I can't believe the problems that we're having right now. This is ridiculous. First thing, the TNT machine blows up. Second thing, Dr. Inkers has an accident in the nether. I go over there and help him. We all have an accident in the nether. And then finally, Dr. Inker got his nether star. And hopefully we can have the same type of success here with our TNT machines. Because this is frustrating. Alright, we've reconstructed everything. Everything seems to be in working order. We haven't placed a TNT in yet just because of what happened for obvious reasons. And so now what we need to do is we need to go ahead and lower these machines, because look at how much higher these are. The elevation difference, I honestly don't know what's happening. Something's going wrong. We got to figure out what it is. Alright, well, I think everything looks good. Looks like everything's in place. Let's go ahead and break this redstone block. And there we go. Okay, that's functioning properly. We got to go to the other side and make sure everything is working good. I really don't get it. Everything seems to be working just fine. I really don't get it. But in order to make sure everything continues working fine, we're going to go and change some stuff up. I got KRU5TYKRAFT AFK over in the corner, and it should load this entire farm here. But just to make sure, we're going to go and make a new platform above all these TNT machines right in this middle. I feel like you'd probably make that. Yep, pull up, go slow. Oh, what a pro, dude! Ender Pearl right down to the machine? Dude.
Yeah.
Look at you. Okay, glass needs to go on the front of that observer right there. And that's pretty much it.
Right.
Right down here, below me.
Okay, that one.
Yep.
All right. There.
Yep. And then that's that. That's done. All right. Damn, dude, that was pro. I didn't expect you to just whoop. That's pretty good. Well, after many attempts and many changes to everything, it looks like everything's working correctly. As you can see, this is the last TNT machine that's going to be going back and forth. We still have to wait for the water sweepers to go down below, but it looks like everything's functioning properly finally. Oh, no, not again. Look at this. Look at it. It's supposed to be all connected, and it keeps disappearing. I figured out what was going on. Sometimes the TNT glitches in front of the flying machine up there, and it gets shoved forward and it lands right on top of these machines and blows the whole thing up. We're going to have to figure out how to create a way to make sure that that TNT stays out there and not over here. I mean, look what it's doing. Finally, I fixed all these machines down below on both sides, both of these, and now we need to come up with a solution to make sure that this does not happen again, because this is super frustrating having all these problems arise just for no reason. So what's happening is this flying machine here takes off and it goes over in that direction. When it does, it can have potential to break those machines over there. Same thing for when the returning machine comes back over here and it stops on this extended piston, it has potential to break these machines. So what we need to do is we need to remove that potential by having some type of a shield. I think we can build it off the lower machines. And that should just about do it. That is going to be our shield right there. And what's going to happen is when this TNT flying machine flies that way and the other one flies back, if for some reason the TNT gets ejected out the front, it should hit this line block tower, sending the TNT straight down from that point, leaving the flying machines behind here nice and safe. So now I've constructed the second side. This is the other side. So now we've got two shields in place. I need to go ahead and count the amount of materials that we used. And I got a feeling that we're going to need more observers, which means that we're going to need to make a trip to the nether, because I gave Subsonics all of my quartz for his apartment in the Hourland Tower. However, big shout out to Night Angel. He actually came on the server and helped get us some quartz. We got just about 2.5 stacks. And that'll turn into more quartz once we fortune pick it. Oh man, I literally just built this shield in the wrong spot. It needs to be like 3 blocks over to my right. Let's go ahead and take it down. So now I've reconstructed it in the right spot. We just had to move it over about 4 blocks. And there's 7 observers per shield basically. And there's 50 of them. 7 times 50 is 350 observers that we're going to need for this. And with all that quartz, I think we're going to have plenty. Let's see how many we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 stacks. Perfect. Dude. That looks trippy. 2, 3, 4. And that is the last slime block right there for the entire World Eater here. So now, if we go ahead and take a look, you should see that we have this up everywhere. This has been quite a painstaking process over the last couple of hours, but we've got it done. Night Angel and Big Money Gotcha came over in here and helped me quite a bit with it. Roller Gamer helped out a little bit too. So big shout out to all 3 of you guys for helping with that. So now, yeah, I think this thing's about ready to activate. Alright, so if I drop down here and I go ahead and place a block on that observer, it should push these down, activating the whole system. Let's see if that works. Something happened. I thought that was all it would take. So if I place this observer, there it goes. Ha! I was just flying around and look at the tops of these trees. Tops of these trees already have the leaves blown off of them, which means that our TNT has gone right over here and blasted the top of these trees, and it looks like our flying machines are right at the right height. Here comes the final flying machine for the TNT. Looks like that return station worked, and it's now being sent back, and everything down below is still working, I believe. I can see the TNT or the water sweeper off in the distance over there. It's actually quite far away. There it is right there. I knew it was still flying. Man, this thing is so awesome now that it's finally working. Let's see if we can land. There we go. Yep, that should. Looks like it's already been returned, so now it's heading back. Here comes the second to last flying machine. It's coming back into the home right now, which it should send off the final fine machine down here. There we go. And here it comes to the return station, which looks like everything's going to work correctly. There we go. And now the final fine machine is returning home, which should send this module down. Let's see if everything works. There it goes. That sends that down, which will activate the next TNT machine. Which, by the looks of it, things have been working. That's awesome. There was actually one of the TNT that flung out forwards. And that's why we had to build these TNT shields. But this is awesome. We finally have a 100% dependable TNT World Eater. This is... oh my god, I can't believe we finally did it after hours and hours of trying to fix this thing and making it work. We finally built one that actually works. Yes. So now, what we have to do is we have to wait for that redstone block to basically... well, actually, this piston right here by that redstone block to be powered by this redstone block down here. So this machine will continue to lower itself until it hits here, which, as you can see, is pretty much the beginning of all the landscape. This is the beginning of where the TNT is actually going to start eating into the world. So we've got quite a bit of time in between there and there, about 20 hours left. So I think we have a little bit more time for another random project, which has now been partially completed. We got ourselves a tunnel with water going all the way to the end right here, which is right beneath our villager breeder. And that's because of these guys right here. These are bred villagers, which we send over to the villager trader after there's so many of them, because the cap gets met. They don't just infinitely breed. We have to get rid of these guys, send them off in unloaded chunks. And the only way to do that is to basically have your character go into unloaded chunks with them. There they go. They're having a baby right now. So once the cap is met and they're no longer having babies, we're going to want that to automatically happen, which that tunnel down below serves as our way back for my character. So my character will follow these villagers on their way over to the villager trader, at which point when the journey is finished, I'll drop down where they will swim up, because that's how villager mechanics work, and I'll drop down into that tunnel and be brought back here to the AFK position. But we're not going to work on this anymore today, because we got that done, and now it is the next day, and we've actually made a lot of progress over at the World Eater. And just look at this. This is awesome. This machine actually went all the way down to, looks like the slabs. It looks like the slab stopped it. I wonder why that, yeah, the slab stopped it. Well, it's all the way down to the slabs. That's pretty awesome. And after doing a little bit of research, I have found out that stone slabs actually have a higher blast resistance than other natural blocks like regular stone or dirt and things like that. And that goes for cobblestone too. So I think we're probably going to have to mine out all these slabs, all this cobblestone, and all those slabs down there too. That's quite a bit. And that should be the last bit of cobblestone right there, and all the slabs included. Look at that. We took out the entire mob farm and all the cobblestone that was put into the walls, put into everything. Got every last bit of cobblestone, every slab, everything has been removed from this area, which has been nice. Big shout out to Big Money Gotcha. He's actually here helping me right now, and I think right now we can actually go ahead and head on over here and send off our flying machine. So let's see here. I believe we're going to want to actually get up there, I think. Let's get up here like this. Go like that. And if we put a block in front of this observer here, it should actually send this off in the right direction, I believe. Let's go ahead and see. There we go. Nice. Well, this thing is literally ready to start eating. It's we got a redstone block right here to stop this thing from going down any further, so I can make sure I could time lapse all this, and everything's ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and do a third-person time lapse of this thing eating up the world. Well, guys, as you can see, I have nothing. I've literally died a couple of times now from this machine, and I think that's going to do it for today's episode, because I've literally got nothing left to get down there. So, yeah, I need to go focus on getting my armor back and things like that. So I think that's going to do it for today's episode. We did get a lot done, and this thing is working pretty well. It just needs to continue running. It's going to take a long time for this thing to go ahead and go all the way down to bedrock. So we'll go ahead and catch up on this on later episodes, but that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, ring that notification bell, and share this video with all your friends. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I'm Broken Bones, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, everybody.